Hello, my name is Ibrahim Moinadine. I am the animator for the Cryptic Triptych animation intro sequences. Basically, the idea behind the animation project was just uh, the triptych was a set of anthologies, and I've seen other movies do this thing where they have sort of small animation intros, and I offered the idea of creating a small animation at the beginning of every single part of the anthology, sort of like to reference it, to uh, touch on the thematic connections between storytelling and uh, these myths that I chose, Medusa, the Kronos, and the Harpy. They weren't arbitrary, so the idea behind them is that each of them represents the story that they are trying to tell in the animations and in the actual movies themselves. So here, right now, you can see me keyframing, and keyframing is a really loose, simple process that is basically very essential to any animation project where you're just figuring out the major parts of where every object is flowing and a lot of the weight of the objects. In this example, you see the snakes. You need to consider how the snakes will adjust with the weight and position and their anchor points to the hair and the head itself. So this process did take quite a while. What you're watching right now is maybe an hour's worth of work compressed to about 3 minutes long. And the final product, well, you'll have to see. An important aspect of this process was also figuring out how we could take shortcuts and make the process not as lengthy and intense as a big team of animators. This was just me animating. I did not have help with this process. So one of the techniques for speeding up the process was just sort of animating a rough visual of what the snake's hair looked like from a distance. This shot wasn't done particularly close to Medusa, so we could get away with sort of cheating the visual of how Medusa would actually look, but we don't want to completely cheat. We also want the snakes to still feel alive, like they're moving around, also independent from her. She has her own motives and positions and thoughts, and they are affected by her decisions. Obviously, they can't move unless she does, but the way that they move about is also somewhat free and loose when compared to how she is positioned in the animation.